actually in the screen?
Yep, the red bullseye middle. And it's recording. Don't worry.
Why?
But you're not smiling.
Oh, I'm not ready to shoot yet. Hi all, back again for the second half of the video here. As I'd mentioned in the first video, I got a chance to walk around the area of Manhattan. Got over to see One World Trade, which is the official name, also known as Freedom Tower. And so I got some video from that area. There is a new park and a pier out there, 26th Street in the Battery in Tribeca. And so this video that I just posted has a lot of that. This was all shot with my phone, so it is in some cases a little bit bouncy. The phone has limited jitter correction, but as you'll see from the footage, it's not fantastic at that particular task. I hope to get back there again with some better equipment, but anyway. Hopefully for those of you who don't live near New York or have never been able to visit, that this will give you an idea of what downtown Manhattan looks like. Did make it over to Ground Zero, to the 9/11 memorial, and you'll see that in one of the clips with the 9/11 fountain, which has a metal perimeter panel with all the names of the people that that perished that day. That's a tough thing to see. I didn't live in the city at the time. I do know a couple of people that were killed that day. One of them was somebody that I actually went to high school with, and so yeah, it kind of makes it a little personal too. I was kind of difficult. I hadn't been up to see that. That wasn't completed yet the last time I was in the city. But anyway, after that, like I said, got a chance to walk around, shoot some more footage. The Pier 26, well, that was pretty amazing. It's a great thing that New York City decided to build that. I mean, you can see half of Manhattan from there. Bunch of tall buildings. You can see across the river to the other side there. Bunch of buildings over there. You can see the Statue of Liberty. I did get shots of that. It might be a little difficult to pick out. It was a little further away. And unfortunately, with the angle, basically the head and the arm kind of merged together. I wasn't able to get anywhere close by to really get a nice view of the statue only. So I'll probably put that on my next trip list, which is going to be the end of October. So by the time you see this video, probably will have completed that trip. Since I'm publishing these in 2-week intervals, that'll probably be a little while after I get back from the second one. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this. Another shout out. I just happened to be walking around and just kind of stumbled into the middle of the Tunnels to Towers Benefit. That is an organization that helps out veterans and also police officers and firemen, including a lot of the families that were impacted by 9/11. We've been contributing to them financially for a little while. It hasn't been real long. I actually really didn't know about them. Wounded Warrior, was one that was up in everybody's consciousness for quite a while. But we found out about this organization as well, which was started by the brother of one of the people who passed away that day. So we thought that that was a very worthwhile thing to contribute, so we've been doing. And I happened to walk in at the time that Big and Rich was doing a concert. And it's funny because I didn't even know who was on stage or who these people were. I told my wife about it, and she went and looked it up and realized who it was. And she said, "Oh, wow, it was Big and Rich." And I'm like, okay, I don't know who that is. So, all right, you country fans or you younger folk, okay, this is where where you can pause the video for a second and then go ahead and throw tomatoes and rocks and everything else at me for being clueless, for not having any idea who that was. But I really, really did not, honestly. But they did a great concert. I can tell that these guys are serious patriots. And it was really, really nice to see the turnout. Tunnels to Towers was selling hats and shirts and sweatshirts to raise money for their cause, to be put towards helping with housing and other things of that nature for those that have served us so selflessly, that we have a chance to give back to them, which I thought was great. And the last piece of the video is me driving across the Brooklyn Bridge, and this is the clip in its entirety. Unfortunately, the camera that I have, a Nexar, every once in a while decides to go a little stupid, and I was 3/4 of the way across the bridge and it froze. So that's the last footage I was able to recover from it. I did contact their tech support and went ahead and installed a new memory card, which is able to record data at a faster rate and also has twice the capacity. It's 128 gigabyte. And I also did a flash firmware upgrade as they had recommended. So I'm really, really hoping that that is going to help with these problems in the future and that I can get good footage out there. So unfortunately, this is only most of the bridge. But again, as I'd mentioned, anybody that is maybe not from the East Coast probably has never had the chance to go across there. Strangely enough, and all the times that I've been to New York, I never actually drove it once. So I made a conscious decision this time around that I was going to fight my way through downtown Manhattan traffic to get over there, just to drive across the bridge, just so I could say I did it. I had to head that way anyway because it brought me back to Queens, where I had to pick my wife up later. So I just thought that it would be really cool to use that bridge instead of any of the others in the area. And there are at least, I think, 2 that I'm aware of. And if anyone's not familiar with the quick history of the Brooklyn Bridge, it was built in the 1880s by the Roebling family. The father had started the project and died before it was completed. His son took over, who then contracted the bends, because that was something that wasn't even known, that working in a compressed air atmosphere is dangerous. So when they were laying the foundations with caissons for that, he acquired the bends, and so his wife, who was exceptionally intelligent as well and was very gifted, worked with him on finalizing the engineering, and she went out basically just about every day to the construction site and took notes, gave direction to the workers, resolved problems, and if she wasn't able to solve the problem on her own, she made detailed enough notes that she went back and consulted with John, and they went ahead and got it all finished up. And so therefore we have a bridge that's now been in use for 140 years. And shows no signs of stopping. So I really enjoyed the scenery. It was a beautiful day. Temperature was in the mid-70s. Couldn't have asked for better weather. If you ever have a chance to get out this way, if you don't live near the East Coast, I would definitely recommend it. That should be something you should add to your bucket list just to do at least once. It was a beautiful, beautiful day. Catch you soon.
Freedom, and we're expressing that right here this afternoon in New York City, thanks to this man and many others. Put your hands together one time. One of the great things about country music is guys like me and Big Kenny. We get to write songs about people that we meet and places that we go and things that are important to us. Career, we found ourselves in the great state of South Dakota, in a little town called Deadwood, South Dakota, just outside of Sturgis. If we have any motorcycle people, you know where that's at, right? We were up there singing a little bit, and we noticed this bartender in the back of the room. He was hard to miss. Had a big old flat ponytail all the way down to his belt, wearing a top hat and covered in great and he told us he was a Vietnam veteran. And he told us about a battle that he was in on November 8th, 1965 in War Zone D in Vietnam. And on November 8th, 1965, 30 Americans were overrun by over 1,200 Viet Cong. And they killed every last one of our boys that day, except for our buddy and 2 others. But they shot him up so bad that he came back to the States, and he spent 2 years at Walter Reed Medical Center getting over his injuries. But would you like to know what this man did when they found they discharged him out of Walter Reed? I'm asking New York City, would you like to know what the boy did when he walked out of that military hospital?
We want to know.
He walked out of that hospital, y'all, and he signed up, and he did 3 more tours of Vietnam for the United States Army, 170th Airborne Brigade right there. He's a hero. So we wrote a song about him. We dedicate this song to him, all of our veterans, all of our active duty in attendance, and all the boys and girls overseas in harm's way, and absolutely the 13 that never came back from this last altercation in Afghanistan. God bless their families. This is called the 8th of November. I said 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Said goodbye to his mama as he left South Dakota to fight for the red, white, and blue. He was 19th grade with a new M16, just doing what he had to do. He was dropped in the jungle where the choppers would rumble with the smell of napalm in the air. Then the sergeant said, look up ahead, like the God in the cloud. 1,200 came down on him at 29 more. They fought for their lives, but most of them died in the 173rd Airborne. On the 8th of November, the angels were crying out to carry his brothers away. With the fire raining down and the hell all around, there was few men left standing that day. Saw the eagle fly from a clear blue sky. 1965, the 8th of November. Now he's 70.